Every ending begins with a fear. In Toy Story, that fear is being left behind. When Pixar released the first computer animated feature in 1995, it wasn't just a technological revolution, it was a story about change, identity, and acceptance. Woody, a cowboy doll, has one purpose: to be loved by Andy. But when a new toy, Buzz Lightyear, arrives, that purpose is threatened. The film's ending isn't about winning back Andy's love. It's about learning that love doesn't vanish, it just grows beyond control. So in the first episode of What Makes a Good Ending, we are gonna analyze one of my childhood favorite films, Toy Story, including the external, internal, and philosophical stakes explored throughout the film. Just a quick warning, there is going to be a lot of spoilers. If you haven't seen the film, I suggest you pause the review and watch it right now. For those who haven't seen the pilot, here's a reminder of what stakes are. External, what the character can lose, internal, who they risk becoming, and philosophical, what the story is really about. Just a quick reminder, as I have mentioned in the introduction episode, I am not saying that this is the only way to write a story. I am just sharing my personal thoughts. You can write any way you want. One last thing, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel or share if you want to see more. So in the first act, the story opens in Andy's room, a small world that feels infinite to its inhabitant. The external stakes are clear. Woody wants to stay Andy's favorite toy, he wants to remain the leader, loved, and irreplaceable. But the internal stakes are deeper. He's terrified of losing meaning. If Andy's love defines him, what is he without it? Buzz's arrival embodies everything Woody fears: modernity, perfection, and popularity. Buzz doesn't even know he's a toy. He believes he's a real space ranger.
You are a toy!
The philosophical stakes emerge early. Is your worth defined by how others see you, or by what you are when no one is watching? When Woody accidentally pushes Buzz out the window, it's not malice, it's desperation. He hasn't yet realized that the fear of being replaced is what replaces us the fastest.
Where is your honor, dirtbag? You are an absolute disgrace. You don't deserve to hate.
In the second act, Woody and Buzz are thrown into the outside world, a hostile, chaotic mirror of Andy's room. The external stakes shift. They must escape Sid's house and return home before Andy moves. The internal stakes intensify. Woody confronts guilt, envy, and a collapsing sense of self. Buzz faces a different crisis, discovering that he's not a real space ranger, but a toy. Both characters experience disillusionment. Woody learns he's replaceable, Buzz learns he's fake, but that shared loss becomes connection. The philosophical stakes evolve. Meaning isn't found in what we are, but in who we're there for. In Sid's room, surrounded by broken toys, Woody finds something new: empathy. The journey home becomes less about returning and more about belonging.
So play nice.
In the third act, the final chase isn't just action, it's transformation. The external stakes are urgent: reach the moving truck, get back to Andy. But the internal stakes finally resolve. Woody no longer fights for Andy's love, he fights alongside Buzz for Andy's happiness. He realized that being loved doesn't mean being first, it means being part of something larger than yourself.
Look, over in that house is a kid who thinks you are the greatest, and it's not because you're a space ranger, pal. It's because you're a toy.
When Woody and Buzz soar into the sky, the irony is perfect. The cowboy and the astronaut, the two opposites, finally share the same purpose. The philosophical stakes conclude gently. To love something is to accept that you can't control it. As they land safely in Andy's car, Woody smiles, not because he's their favorite again, but because he no longer needs to be. So the ending of Toy Story works because it transformed fear into gratitude. The external stakes, returning home, is achieved, the internal stakes, self-worth and jealousy, are overcome, and the philosophical stakes, acceptance of change and find peace. Every ending, Pixar seems to say, is just the beginning of a new kind of love. So here's what each act represents in the film. Act 1. The arrival of doubt. Theme: fear of being lost. External stakes: stay Andy's favorite toy. Internal stakes: fear of being forgotten and jealousy. Philosophical stakes: does value depend on how others see us? Act 2. Lost together. Theme: crisis and redemption. External stakes: going back home. Internal stakes: guilt and loss of identity. Philosophical stakes: meanings comes from connection, not role. Act 3. The flight home. Theme: transformation. External stakes: reaching Andy before the moving. Internal stakes: acceptance of oneself and others. Philosophical stakes: to love is to let go. So that's it for the first episode of What Makes a Good Ending. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for our next episode where we are gonna talk about one of my top 10 favorite films, Whiplash. See ya!